let's jump into it, shall we? So our first deck of the day is this US-Italy aggro deck. This is a archetype that's been fairly commonplace on the ladder since pretty much since Allegiance dropped and gave us introduced the Italian faction into the game. This deck, for those who haven't seen it before, is largely centered around this card here, the L640, a 1 cost 0 operation tank unit, 1/3, that with Blitz, that says all friendly units retreat. And the idea of this deck is that you get out an L640 early, buff it to ridiculous proportions with the United States many buff cards such as USACE or Supply Shipment. 17th Regiment also another option, and you just overrun the enemy with a ridiculously large, hard-hitting, fast tank unit. Good morning, Alex. How are you doing? Now, obviously the key problem with this card is that it is a 1-drop, and one of the most commonly seen cards on the ladder right now is Flampanzer, so this deck, generally speaking, is going to lose hard to Flampanzer, but against non-German decks, if you can get off to a decent start, you can just overwhelm them before they really have a chance to do anything. Paired with this, another reason we're running the Italian faction is for the Fiat G.55. You get off to a really good start, hitting their HQ with your blitzy tank units. Oftentimes you can get them low enough such that you can start dropping these 6/6 fighter units that can be another hard to deal with threat for your enemy. And we're also trying a couple of copies of this Desert Push here. I think one of the biggest ways that non-German decks can stall out and get to the point where they can turn the corner against a deck like this is by pinning your units into infinity. And so I'm kind of interested to try this card and see how it performs in that regard as sort of an anti-pin tech against those cards. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but this is a user-submitted deck. User Murrows asked if I could play this on stream, and he submitted a list that included a couple copies of this, and I was interested in trying it. This list is very similar to the list that person submitted to me. I just swapped out some cards for elites that they were missing, essentially. So we got things like 101st Airborne and Strategic Bombing up here at the top end as a form of removal/reach when we need it. Speaking of reach, got a couple gunship missions here, which wasn't in his original list. These might not be right. I've never played this archetype before, but every time I'm facing it, I always feel like, well, we're dead to gunship mission, we're dead to, reach such as this. So I always feel like it could be okay to have a couple more pieces of that in here. And the other great thing about gunship mission, it also deals with honeys in the early game, which can be a problematic card for an aggro deck like this. Honey's a very, very it's a card that a lot of people are running right now, so that's the other reason for it. Other elites were running Patton with 109th Combat Engineers and L6 on turn 1 already is like pretty good. If you get even multiples of them in your hand when you have this, it can be insane. Outside of that, like, perfect situation, Patton on average might not be worth running, but it's something I'm interested in trying. Like I said, I haven't played this archetype before, so kind of dipping our toes into this. I'm personally dipping my toes into this thing. Something I've been fought a lot of over the last few months, but haven't actually given a try until today. So we'll see how we do. See if it's good enough to get us the Field Marshal for the United States this season. If not, then I guess I'll just switch back to the good old US ramp decks, which I've been enjoying. But figured, someone's asked if I could play it on stream, and I've never played it before. I've always kind of meant to, but just couldn't get around to it, so perfect timing. Oh, maybe I should actually transition the my window here. That would be a good idea. Yep, I think I'd like to keep this in hand, but it's a little speculative. Gunship over patrol because it hits the HQ. So it can give us that little bit of extra reach we need to close out a game. I think I'm going to cut these two and hope for buffs for this. They are a German deck, so obviously, you know, if they have their Flampanzer on 3, this could be rough for us. They could also be like a more mid-rangier controlling build, and they could be running sudden strikes, which are also going to be problematic. But we're a really low to the ground aggressive deck, and we're not we can't really play around those things. We just kind of this type of deck is just looking to dump its hand, dump our stuff, and hope that it's good enough. Our deck is asking the questions. It's up to our opponent to find the answers. Okay, I like spreading out the damage here, I think, because this has 0 operation cost, but this one's going to be bigger, so he's going to be more inclined to kill this. Italy is the theme today. Welcome, Wirtz. Yep, so a user Murrows asked that I play his US-Italy list, and then I figured why not try some other such cards or other such deck. I had an idea for a Japanese-Italy air deck, and figured let's try it out. Well, he's clear. I'm pretty sure he's playing baby combo based on the cards we've seen so far. Don't think I want to send that back to hand. Morning, Murrows. Just in time. We just started playing your deck. Or the modified version of the list you sent me. My game volume low? It feels low. Turn it up. This thing could be problematic. Maybe I'm supposed to bounce it. I could pattern this turn. And also just to move this up to the front line, which might be worth it. Because it's basically a wash. Like this is a free play. The value really comes if you have multiple units to play out, which I want to save this. Because I would like to move it to the front line, but I want to operate all my units that are currently in the front line. So he's going to get to draw another card with that, but he is going to lose his draw here, so that's kind of nice. Yeah, I know. We're kind of missing our buff cards here right now. Oof, that's brutal. Well, there's a buff card. I think in this case I might actually... Am I supposed to hit HQ or kill one of his guys? I think I'm supposed to kill one of his guys. And I think I'm supposed to buff this tank, because if he finds an answer for this and retreats everything, I want to be able to move up and attack this round. That might have been wrong, attacking the tank. I just wanted to decrease his chances of killing this, I guess, and like retreating everything. Now he needs a Flampanzer, another sudden strike. Okay, looks like he found something. Oh, no, not quite. That's not quite game, but it's close. So we actually have enough credits to move and operate this next turn, so even if he kills this and retreats everything, that's not going to be good enough. I wonder if he'll go for the kill here. Okay. That's pretty good. That's going to delay us for a while. Ooh, that's very close. That gets him down to 1. I think I'm supposed to move these up because we have multiple threats and just wait and see what he does. Because now all of these are lethal threats with this USACE in hand. Okay, he's gonna go for it here, so we'll see if he has enough. I'm assuming he does. Maybe he doesn't, but we'll see. Pretty much just gotta hope at this point. That's enough card draw that I think he's got it. Looking at the... So the animations are kind of catching up to what we're seeing in the history here, but it looks like he's got enough. We're gonna make him do it though, because if he does miss, he just loses next turn. Yep, he's got it. Close game. Pretty good start. I kind of like this for generating tempo too, so I think I might keep this in hand. I think this is okay keep. Now we could get punished if he's running desert rats. Most aren't though. Although I guess he could be playing a commandos list, so we'll see if we get punished here. Does he have an albacore? No albacore. This could be a game where we see Desert Push do work. I'm actually wondering if we're supposed to throw the half-track on the table just to get rid of this, because he could generate a lot of value with that next turn. But I probably am supposed to save it for a guard unit that he could find at some point. And since we have a decent play now, like in buffing this, although it might be right to buff this in case he finds pinning. We're gonna diversify our threats. This way if he finds an albacore, it's just bad. Okay, well there goes that thing, unfortunately. Okay, he's getting it into carpet bombing range. Good man, good man. I guess we'll just play this out and pass. Actually, I think I want to buff this. Because otherwise he could double bomb this. As it stands, he could double bomb this, but I'm fine with that. If this acts as like a distraction, I think I'm okay with that. Okay, turns out we're playing a resistance opponent. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, no one ever expects resistance. I give people the benefit of the doubt. I assume they're playing more interesting decks. Well, I guess that's game then. I can't bounce that, unfortunately. If we end up winning that match, it's just it's going to be a long, boring, drawn-out one. And look, we're on the rank floor anyway, so why waste our time playing a game that's not fun? Yeah, we're definitely gonna need some good matchup variants and some good draws to win consistently with this deck. I think it's really not well positioned in the format right now. I'd have to imagine, but I see it works for some people. Its win rate might be abysmal, but the fact that when it does win, or win or lose, it plays games very quickly. So I think that's the appeal for some people. Plus, it's a very budget-friendly list, right? For people who are trying to get their U.S. Nation to Field Marshal but don't have access to all those bombers that make the mid-range and ramp decks playable, it might be a good option. Well, like I said, I have never played this archetype before, so I thought I'd show it off on stream. This guy is normally a baby combo player. I recognize the username, so I'm expecting that. I think we toss back anything that isn't a 1-drop. Like if we don't have a hand with a 1-drop, I think you're supposed to just throw it all away. And yeah, this is looking like to be a slow hand. We need to draw in some action with these with this Patton, and we might stand a chance. I might actually just special delivery. May as well use it if we got it. Maybe he'll play an infantry or air unit next turn, and then we can bounce it, shoot. Start putting on some pressure. If not, I'm probably just going to play this special delivery. Okay, now I can go like this and play special delivery. I'll probably take 2 more draw steps and just concede if we don't get out if we don't get something decent. Like I said, this deck needs to like hit hard and fast early, and if it's not doing that, the game's just over. That's another thing that Gunship Mission does. It puts us closer to triggering these fiats because of the life point swing that it generates. Force him to trade this with one of these, then we'll buff the other. And then we can start playing fiats each turn. I think I'll just shoot with this rather than do this because we're not going to get any value off of it. Especially if he has like a Flampanzer in hand. Oh, I'm good. I'm glad to hear it, Murrows. Okay, we should have this then. Oh, yeah, we have enough resources to finish him off here. So, you know, our slow hand was faster than their slow hand, so I mean, they were playing a control deck, so the Fiats are cool. The Fiats are really, really cool. The artwork's cool, and the card is cool. Fun to play with. Hey, Wasting Light. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good day so far. Kicking off the start of this week with some Italian aggro decks. Because sometimes you just need to run your opponents down. With these gunship missions in hand, it makes keeping the Fiat more appealing. But again, I think we're supposed to look for like early game stuff to do. I don't know. We're on the draw. That's kind of awkward. Yeah, we can't reasonably keep this hand, I don't think. Yikes. I was looking for a 1K card. That wasn't the one I had in mind. Well, maybe our opponent's also playing a slow control deck. Nope, no such luck. Yeah, I think we're dead. Noxshib pretty much means we're dead. We can't really do anything. We can't not play to the board. This deck doesn't have a catch-up mechanic. We can't just let him flood the board and then hope to gain back tempo with like a sweeper or something, or a big turn. It's just not realistic. Like, that's just not gonna happen. So we have to play to the board. If he wants to like trade this here to gain back his resources, play out more stuff, that's just the way it's gonna be. That's the way it's gonna be. This deck doesn't like being on the draw. It likes being on the play. Well, that could be a thing. We're a little too far off from that, I think, however. Yeah, that's basically game. Normally I'd say you play to your outs, but we don't have outs in that case. If you need a series of draws to line up, and even then you have like a less than 1% chance of winning the game, it's probably time to pack it in and move on to the next one. If your goal is to ladder, that is. The card that's gonna let you win the game. Like, you know those situations where you're playing Japan Burn and they've completely destroyed your board, they've taken over, they're gonna kill you next turn, or they're gonna kill you in a couple turns, but their HQ is at 4 or less health, your out is like air blitz there. Again, I think you pretty much mulligan every hand that doesn't have a 1-drop in it. They could be playing Patrol. I'm just going to play this out, and then next turn I think we're going to go 109th Combat Engineers into L6. Honey, huh? Oh, here we go. This is the turn we were talking about before. Patton ho. That's probably worth it, eh? Because I'm definitely attacking with these rather than just playing down the Fiat. And then I can draw cards, too. I guess I can't because I shot with those, which I think is fine. Question is, do I move this up? Probably not, because I don't want it to get Awoken Gianted. But if it's getting Awoken Gianted, then this isn't. So that's probably fine then. Actually, this puts him dead on board too if he can't answer, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Perfect draw. Because I didn't want to shoot the bomber, but I think I would have been forced to. If we didn't draw that, I would have killed the bomber, played the Fiat, I think. Or maybe I'm just supposed to play the Fiat, shoot face. That's probably true. Well, he's dead because this is going to retreat into attack. Although he could be holding up air defense, so we're going to do this. No, it's not a Spirit of Rome list because our main attackers are tanks and the Spirit of Rome is just going to be too slow. I would be interested in playing, since we're in the Italian Spirit, if someone could dig up for me a UK Italy Spirit of Rome deck, I could play that maybe this Friday. That could be fun. Just play all the Italian every combination with Italian units. Actually, seems okay. This might not be correct. I think I might want more things that can take the front line. I'm actually not even sure about that card in the list, by the way. It just seemed kind of good. Like, it's kind of okay, especially if we have Greyhounds in the front line, and it's a decent card with PATTON as well, but the Hellcats might be wrong. They might... It might be that you're just supposed to have something else. Okay, is he an aggro list that's off to a slow start, or what is he? This is nice because it's a cheap way to deal with his guard units. That's not nice, though. We'll play this out so we can start applying pressure. No, we're probably dead at this point. We really needed a we really needed a tank off the top there, I think. I'm not gonna use this because I want him to okay. I want him to feel safe with his one guard unit and not be encouraged to play out another. At this rate, we're gonna get so low on the ladder. Yeah, that's exactly why I like sudden strikes as well, and why I always feel sad when I'm playing a German list that doesn't have sudden strike. Maybe we're gonna lose so much that we get in such the low echelons of the ladder that we can start winning games against people. I could do this. That's nice. The main thing this deck preys on are the US, UK ramp decks. Because I like both Wirts. If I can fit them in, I tend to go with 3 Flampanzer, two Sudden Strike in my lists. Depending on what they are. But UK, or sorry, German US aggro has been so prominent lately that I've been opting to put sudden strikes in my German-based aggressive lists too, like over joint operation, for example. Ooh. Do we buff or do we play this? Let's play this. Like I said, this could be a bad... This card might not be good in the deck. It might actually be better as just like another copy of Gunship Mission, for example. But I've never really played a list that had this card in it, so I figured why not. Could have, thingy. Does not. Yeah, I've seen games where this thing can just take over. Again, in this like German-centric meta where there's a good chance you're going to run into sudden strikes, maybe it's not so great, but... Okay, here's a guard unit. Can we get our overwhelming force? Nope. I guess we just kill that with the plane then, huh? I want to move this forward, for sure. And then let's diversify our threats a little bit here. Because next turn he's going to play... next turn he might play the Avenger, and then this just dies anyway. Our opponent had a slow start, but they had the Jasko on one, and it's looking rough. This is the reason why this might not be great. But I mean, we are running the Italian plane after all, so the fact that this gets retreated shouldn't discourage us necessarily. Yeah, he had it. I don't know why he took forever to make that play. It was like clearly the best play. Okay, that's not awful. I think we just set up for a bigger turn then. We definitely need to play this. I could put this forward as a distraction, sort of. And I think we just sit. Hopefully he doesn't have another Avenger. Second Avenger probably kills us. Oh, wow. That's a heck of a draw. Do I even play this out now? I don't think so. This Jasko has gained him like, what, 20 life this game? Something like that? Probably not that much, but it feels like it's gained him a lot. We've hit the HQ Probably at least 10 times. So this was like a one cost gain 10. Alright. Any buff does it. That also does it. Yeah, I'd be interested to see how much damage we would have caused to the HQ that game. I bet you it was above 30. Yeah, the gunship's been pulling its weight already. I think the Hellcat did okay there, though. Like, that was definitely an above average Hellcat game, but still, the average its average case might be good. Oh, is that true? It says how much healing it got, but would it say how much the Jasco prevented damage? Well, that's a heck of a start. Question is, are we going to get to actually take advantage? Well, this is a hope he doesn't have Flampanzer type of game. And because of that, I'm going to wait to play this USACE. If this hits him again, we stand a chance. Because we have reach here in the form of strategic bombing. Plus the L6 is going to do at least 2 damage to him next turn. It's looking like. Oh yeah, this repairs too. Good call, good call. I forgot that it also repaired. My bad. Oh, this card's maybe better than I thought. We probably have it here though, because I don't think he's running healing in his deck. Yeah, so obviously should have used Desert Push there. And that wasn't me trying to BM, I just, like, clicked the wrong emote. It only gives you so much time to click a certain emote, and I was like, which one should I choose? And I choose the worst one. I need the stars, chat, so we're gonna take the AI fights as they come. That is a good question. I can start working on some. I just don't know what. I just don't know. I only have like one emote slot right now, I think, so has to be a good one. Again, pretty sure you're just always supposed to mulligan cards that hands that don't have a 1-drop in them. You bastard. Oh, AI, you so funny. Using tactical strikes like Awoken Giants. So this might be a situation where we actually are going to save this, even though this is damaged, because they're British, and even though it's the AI, they could still have some pin. But yeah, let's get into damage now. I'm not gonna wait. I was thinking maybe I'd want to put it on this, but nah. All right, Desert Push coming in clutch here. We have this for a guard unit, but there's a chance he plays 2. So yeah, we just save this. With two lethal threats, I think we're okay to save that. Oh, is he gonna pin the other one? Wow. Clever, clever AI. Watch us lose this game now. I still think we gotta hold, right? Alright, let's see if we can get back up to general with this deck today. ABBA, 1996. I don't think that's a username I've ever seen before. I think you'd throw that back looking for an L6. Okay, we're hoping to find a supply shipment to get this out of hammer range. Unfortunately, we only have one turn to do that. Okay, we're gonna see this move forward, I think. Hopefully we can hit his HQ one more time, put him in range. That's a good draw. That is an unfortunate draw for us. Okay, now we're gonna use our thingy to push back. Ah, okay. So how do we want to do this? Push you back. Could repair this so that I can then shoot and move this up. And then I can buff it just to make it harder for him to kill. No, I can't do all of that. What am I saying? I need to take the front line, because if this takes the front line, we have no way of getting it back. Yeah, it's unfortunate. So I guess we'll do this, this to make it harder for him. We're hoping that this can connect with his HQ. If not, then we're on the... we need to hit gunship mission and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, that's too late. That's not gonna do it, unfortunately. So let's just do this. So close. So we have 3 outs here. It's the 2 gunship mission and the 101st Airborne. That stalls, I guess. That'll buy us more time. Because now we're on a 3-turn clock, assuming he doesn't buff that. Okay, well, we're dead next turn without gunship mission. What does suiciding the L-16 and retreating the infantry do? Oh, I see what you mean. Suicide the L-16 to retreat the other infantry. Gotcha. I don't think it would have mattered because the 4-4 that he still would have had in the front line, like, kills us anyway. That was kind of a depressing one. We were, like, really close to winning that. Just couldn't get there. Double hammer. Might not be right to buff this. I just figured get it out of Bloody Sickle range. This might be the part where we see another hammer. Or he could just buff these to the point where they kill it. Nope, just another hammer, sure. These desert pushes showing their limitations. They're not very good when we're not already ahead on board. One turn off from destroying that. I think we just need to kill as many of his units as we can. I think this game's over. The Stalin's hammer killed us again. Yeah, and I was thinking that they would be the cut as well. Like, what's notable is we would have won that last game if those desert pushes were more gunship missions. Okay, well, at least we have a good turn 6. Yeah, I think we have to do this, as much as I want to play that. Okay. I think we Patton, get rid of you, so I can play you. Problem is he's gonna get this to retreat. Yeah, I think we'll make the swap after this game. I think I'm just going to put more Gunship Mission in the deck and see how that feels. Because like I said, Gunship Mission is really good right now, especially because it not only is it reach, like so, but it's also good against honeys and commandos if you feel like you need to target those. Well done. Keeping up the pressure while, like, without having to sacrifice his things, because it means we're dead next turn. So he only gave us one turn to draw her out. Good. Yeah, generally speaking, I don't like mass attack in decks like that. It's pretty much just like a win more card in most situations. Now. I don't know if it was that bad. He did win because of it there. I mean, he was. There's a good chance he wins the game anyway, but. I knew it. I was like, this smells like a careless talk. I should have just led on Greyhound. And now it feels like a missing, so we're just gonna wait. Probably won't matter, because now we're gonna get Flampanzered, and then we just can't win the game from there. Guess we have supply shipment. Big bucks, no second Flampanzer. Conceding to a sudden striker Flampanzer. At least the games are fast. I mean, there's just... I'm asking for it playing a deck like this in a meta that's like incredibly German focused, right? In the end, I'm glad that there's something that punishes the strategy that we're going for as cleanly as that one does. Okay, I'm not sure why that timer's going, but... So now the question is, do we wait a turn so that we can L6? Now I think we need to, like, play this out, look to buff it with the 17th next turn to kill this. Yeah, you draw your cards. Just don't play more units. Okay. Actually kind of like bouncing that here. Nah, because then he's just going to take the front line. Would tempo him like crazy, though. May as well. We're probably going to see everything retreat anyway because of the L6, but then this is going to become a 4-4, so that's kind of nice. This is pretty much an all eggs in one basket kind of deck. More Flampanzer. Minotauro Loco. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate you stopping by the stream and giving me your support. might want to do here. Okay. Not bad, not bad. I should not have put these all on this side, because now we're going to get savaged by bombing raid. Doesn't have it, apparently. Oh, that was silly of me. I should have buffed that. It's okay. I think I'll go ahead and just play this out as a threat, because we just need to hit his HQ once and then this 101st Airborne finishes him off. Alright, so we've been going with this deck for about an hour now, so I think we'll end it there. Yeah, not much to say about this deck. It's pretty bad in the current meta. There's just far too many Flampanzers running around. But if you can get paired up with the slow, greedy ramp decks, you probably have an okay shot. I do like our inclusion of the gunship missions for the reasons I stated at the beginning of the video. They are a good form of reach, okay removal in the right situations, and the fact that they hit HQ and heal you for 2 means that they give a 4-point life swing, which makes it more likely that you can enable your fiats. And yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about that.